there's actually a city in Russia called Jeff. His favourite comedian is you. His favourite pop rapper is Nelly.
Yeah.
I've seen some shit that will turn you white. You're really not what I expected you to be.
He said, I just lost all my fans. If we were not that far relatives, I would block him everywhere.
We all love an origin story, people.
And if she start crying, I don't know what I would do. I don't know, man. I don't know. And I said, okay, let's stop playing girls here. 50 bucks.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. My name is Steve Foreman. I'm here with Evgeniy Chebatkov.
Hello. What's up?
How you doing, everybody? I hope you're well.
Hey.
You have got a nice summer planned for yourselves. Yo, so what's been going on, man? Tell me. What can you tell us?
Well, I've got. I will have a big tour very soon. And speaking about concerts, I've got a big show, which is actually blowed my mind. What it's gonna be? I'm not still sure that it's happened because it sounds crazy, but anyway, I want to share it with you.
Yeah.
So, in October, I will have a performance for some rich people on Maldives islands, but not that is the point. Not that. I will perform there, and after me will perform Nelly the rapper. No matter what I do, all I think about is you. Then I do. I go crazy about you. No matter what I do. Think about. Yeah.
Wait, then he had another great track. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes.
Yeah.
And that's a good track. When I was a DJ, I had that. That was a floor filler.
Yeah.
Nelly. And he had a plaster on his face.
Yes.
Has that healed up yet?
Well,
how's his face? Find out for me.
What happened with his face? Yeah, so...
Wow!
Nelly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this rich person, his favourite comedian is you. His favourite pop rapper is Nelly.
Yeah. And his
Okay.
And his favorite dancer is Artyom Vinokov.
Hey!
So yeah. No, seriously, I don't know what it would be, but that just cracked my mind.
How many people in the crowd do you think there'll be? You don't know.
Well, they told me about around 200 people.
That's not bad. That's a gig. Yeah. That's a gig. All right.
Okay.
I wouldn't have thought. I wouldn't want you standing on some wooden hut, to like. Was it you? Was it your story when you got a bunch of? You got this there was these 6 Kazakh businessmen.
Yeah.
And you just all hung out later. That's weird. That's a weird
that
gig,
was so weird, and that was. Very uncomfortable for me, for them, for everybody. I don't know why is that? Why are they just doing that?
Is this a Kazakh rich person as well? Or?
No,
it's Russian.
I'm not sure.
Oh, you don't know?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So you know what happened to me last week as well? I had this strange thing. See what you think. Somebody said to me, I've been getting to know them over the last couple of days, for example, someone I'd never met before, and then we're having a cigarette and he just turns to me and says, you know what, you're really not how I expected you to be.
Really?
And again, I was just kind of looking at this person and just thinking, and I hate it when people say that to me. I really hate it when people say that to me, because I'm wondering what reaction he's looking for. I could just come out and say the truth and say, well, so you're a prejudiced, judgmental bitch, and now what? You want me to give you credit for the fact that you actually have a fairly adaptable frame of mind. Is that what you want?
What were his expectations? I mean, he expects you to be a better or worse person.
I think he expected me to be worse. And that's because he works in comedy.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know, he heard some things about me, or he thinks he saw me in a TV studio, and he seems to think that he saw me being really arrogant and shouting at people or something like that. But now that he got to spend some time with me, it's like, oh, actually, you're all right. And every time someone says that to me, I always just think, why don't you just keep that to yourself?
Yeah, why are you saying that?
Like, I don't understand what the confirmation that they're looking for is. Like, I'm not interested in it.
Well, I think there is a type of people, you know, they really believe that it's so important to say their freaking opinion to the person, whatever is they been asked or not, and that's just the philosophy of their lives. Because I've got some friends like that who's saying, no, Zheng, I think if you don't like a person, you should say it. If he's wrong, you should say it. That makes you a real good person, that you are very open and very clear, and you never speak about somebody's behind or something like that. Well, I totally disagree. I think if I don't like a person, I just will not contact him anymore.
Sure.
And that is so easy.
Yeah.
But why do you want to do that? Because for that person, that his type of life, that's how he just acting. That's how he believe is right, to be doing right things.
Yes.
And you here standing and saying, no, you know what? I think that you are a bad person and you doing bad, and please, if you want to know something else about you, you can ask me later. And you know what's funny is that guy, the one guy, Ivan, his name, and he from my city, and he lives in Moscow right now, and he always lived in that way. He always kept saying me that. It's like, Zheng, why you wouldn't say somebody that he's wrong? Why you just like contact with a? Because in my life philosophy, I say that all people are different, and everybody got his bad and good sides. So, and if his good sides for me bigger than his bad sides, that's okay for me to communicate with him. That's my philosophy. And he's saying, why are you speaking with them even? They just. And so we never understood each other. But now he lives in Moscow, and he called me just recently, and he goes, Zheng, what are you doing? What's your time? How's it? I go, well, a lot of work, man, and stuff. He said, yeah, but I just found out probably you the only one friend I got. And we are not friends at all. You know what? I know him. Yeah. I know him. We know each other, but it's not about friendship. Yeah. He said, I just lost all my friends. I swear.
Has he got a graph? Can he like plot when he lost each one?
Yeah. And I said, just guess why? Guess why? Yeah. Maybe you have any ideas how that happened. And I'm pretty sure he just don't understand. He probably believes that happened because they can't accept criticism or something.
Honesty.
Yeah.
That's the profile of a teenage girl. You know? Well, I'm just honest. I'm just being honest. And if you can't handle it, then you can't handle it. But then very quickly you would hope you learn that maybe it shouldn't be like that. Yeah. You know.
That philosophy, by the way, can ruin all politics in the world. Yeah. It's just, can't imagine for one day all politicians will start saying things they really believe and they really thinking about. Well, that will ruin everything.
Sure.
Just for a second.
Sure.
But you should play in that game. You should play in that. If you are in society, just play the game. You gotta play this game. You can play hard, or you can play soft, whatever. But you can play it. I mean, you have to communicate with different people. And if you don't, well, sorry, you should be alone and doing your stuff alone. That's also the way, but that's your way, just doing your stuff by yourself.
Yeah,
with nobody else.
That's part of growing up, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But what did you manage? I'm interested. Did you manage to communicate what you wanted to say to him, which was, dude, you can't be so straightforward with people. You can't be so tactless with everybody. Were you able to kind of point out to him that maybe that was the reason why no one's calling him back? Or not really?
Well, I tried to explain to him that just the first and the second time he said that, but after that I just said, oh, come on, just whatever. Well, actually, he's my very, very, very far relative.
Okay.
That's why I still just contacting him
Sure.
a little bit.
Sure.
But if we were not that far relatives,
yeah. You wouldn't call him back either.
I would block him everywhere. Because I remember he came on my first stand-up performance in Moscow.
Ah.
Yeah, he already lived in Moscow, and I said I want to perform an open mic, and I performed open mic. He came.
Your first open mic?
Yeah, in Moscow. Wow. Yeah. And he came and he watched that, and after that he said, "Well, that was very bad, not funny at all." And I don't know why you were doing that, because you probably should pick up and do something else, because I saw some funny things.
Origin story, don't we? We all love an origin story, people.
And I saw some real funny stuff. And so, for example, okay, let's compare your first performance with my favorite Louis C.K. special.
Oh God!
You are just piece of shit, so please just don't do that anymore. And I said, okay, thanks, bro. Thanks, cuz. And after that, the next contact was recently, a few months ago. He called. Yeah. He said, well, I'm so happy for you. You're doing a good job and great. But
see, this is interesting because it's not just that he's tactless, but he also just doesn't even understand how to support somebody.
Yeah.
So and that's slightly different, isn't it?
I think that's the problem. We've got our, intelligence. Every person got that, and we've got some intellectual level, and we got also this level of social experience or social intellect. I'm not sure how it's explained professionally, but you know what I mean. This social intellect.
Sure.
When you can just feel and understand how to say things and how to treat people and how to say good, bad stuff. How to, for example, how to say. I've got one story, by the way, because all that about how do you can say, for example, bad news to somebody, because that's difficult. That's always difficult. And I remember my experience of that. When I worked on the kitchen in the Mexican place in Delaware, my manager Miguel, great guy, still love him. Very, very short guy, very, very energetic, very, very aggressive, but funny aggressive. He was like a chief on the cooking show.
Oh yeah.
Very.
Always in a hurry.
Why the button that? Take a bit. What is that? What the like?
Yeah.
And so we had several girls from Moldova who worked on behind kitchen.
Hello, everybody listening in Moldova.
Hello, Moldova. And so he came up to me and another cook, and he said, well, I want to send off one of these girls, this Elena is not good. No trabaja menos. Por ejemplo, she's working really bad, so I had to send her off. But I don't know how.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know how to say. She's if she'll start crying, mamma mia. Finita la comedia. If she start crying, I don't know what I would do. I don't know, man. I don't know. And he stayed there like half a day, like, I don't know, 5 hours. He stayed there, like walking around and just coming back.
It really bothered him.
And he like, I don't know. I just wanted to say, but I saw her and I like, oh, come on, man. I don't know. And then I just stopped working and I said, well, Miguel, if you want, I'll do it.
5 hours.
And he
Come on.
And he said, well, that's would be is amazing. And I said, okay, let's stop playing girls here. $50 and I'll send her off.
I love the way you always have a price setter. That's one of the things I love about you.
Okay, $50 and I'll send her off. And he said, oh, no problem. And so I just went to the kitchen.
Yeah.
And she was standing there working, and I'm like, hey, Lena, how you doing? You know what? And I said, and we spoke Russian because she knew Russian, and I said, Lena, well, I just spoke with Miguel, and he's very angry, and he wanted to fire you, and I said, can I please say this, and pronounce all this information to you and bring this news to you, because it's easier for us to communicate because we both can speak Russian and it's different. And she said, yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, because she had some problem with English and with Spanish, definitely. And also she said, yeah, and I don't like him, and I'm really happy to leave that freaking place. I just enough. I don't like it anymore. I said, yeah, but have a good one. You're great. You're still the great. He's just like, just a little bit, you know what I mean. She said, yeah, a little bit crazy, cracked out. So, but well, thank you. You were great. That was great. We hugged each other, and I sent her. I came back, and we go, how it happened? What happened? And I said, she cried.
Yeah, she nearly stabbed me with a knife. Yeah, $50 wouldn't have covered the hospital bill. I mean, I'm going to pick on the British because I can, but this applies to all Westerners.
Yeah.
It's no secret that a lot of Western people, British people, come to Moscow. They see the women and go, okay, yeah. Yeah. Maybe if I stay here long enough, one of these little angels is going to sleep with me. You know what I mean? But maybe that's maybe where I'm you can include me in that too.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm put my hands up. But there's a lot of what I've heard described as mixed attractiveness couples walking around here.
Yeah.
I mean, if you walk around Sulman stuff, you see lots of fat, bald, rich, ugly guys with these model girlfriends walking around, and that's fine. But as Westerners, you come to Moscow or Russia or anywhere in Eastern Europe, and you just start punching way above your weight straight away, pretty much, and that has certain repercussions. But I gotta tell you, a few weeks ago, I was sitting in a bar with some British guys. And there's this one guy, like, I've known him for a few years. I don't know him that well. Now he's not a real face ache. I mean, he's not offensively ugly. Okay, he's not.
Okay.
All right, but he's no Brad Pitt. All right.
Okay.
I mean, he's objectively. Yeah,
Okay.
And anyway, so we're sitting around, and then he's on the phone, he's texting a second, he's waiting for his girlfriend to show up, right? And his girlfriend walks in, and I gotta tell you, and then she came sat next to me, actually. And I gotta tell you, this was one of the biggest mismatches in terms of attractiveness I think I've ever seen in my life. And I've been here a long time. I've been here many years.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen some things. All right? I see some things. I see some things that would turn you white. Okay? As Winston Zeddemore said.
Damn, man.
From
What are you saying there?
big up to Winston Zeddemore in Ghostbusters. And I've seen some shit that will turn you white. And anyway,
Okay.
But yeah, and I just kept looking at the two of them. I was looking from her, like this angel, little bit older, late 30s maybe, but just a beautiful woman, just so beautiful, just like there was something kind of flawless about her, like her hair, her skin, everything. She was just just like a top. And then I watched them interacting and talking, and I look at him, and he's like, and I look at her, and it's just like, whoa, like this is some Sports Illustrated type thing. And I look back at him, and it's like with these ears and stuff.
Okay,
and the problem was
if 10 is David Beckham,
yeah,
and 1 is Ed Sheeran,
yeah,
where he was.
Oh, that's so hard to say with men, though, isn't it? Number 1 is Ed Sheeran. Yes, I'm top. Oh, you know how to get on my side. Listen, he's okay. He's a 7. He's a 6.5 or a 7.
Okay.
But I always call myself a 7, though. That's the thing.
Okay.
I always say about myself, I'm a 7. But a solid 7. But I don't know. It's difficult. Is he better look? I don't know, man. It's harder. It's harder.
Yeah, I know.
To call men, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. It's difficult. That's why I asked.
What's Rasul? I mean,
10.
Right? Yeah. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Anyway, so, but I just remember I just had these 15 minutes was watching these two, and the problem was, was that he was really like, she's the most beautiful woman I've ever met in my life. Like, he was saying it in front of her. I think there's a new phrase for it now, simping. You're a simp. Somebody who's just throwing compliments at women, just to kind of hope that they like you, because you just don't have any game. You don't actually know what women how women actually want you to talk to them. And I just felt it's really sad. Basically, I'm really sad about what is going to happen next, but it was just too wide. It was like a Grand Canyon difference of attractiveness between these two, Usually you can kind of go, yeah, all right, he's got money, or, all right, he's got this, he's got, Godfrey really noticed that, the comedian Godfrey, when he came over to Moscow, he really noticed that. He was just like, yo.
The huge difference, right?
Yeah. That really hit him walking around Moscow. He was just like, how are all these beautiful women walking around with these really ordinary looking dudes?
Well,
I went to this restaurant, which is in the neighborhood where I used to live many years ago. I lived there for a while.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, kind of. Less hipsters there. And so I went to this restaurant, and there's a girl. She's kind of like when you come into the restaurant, she kind of greets you. She's supposed to greet you and go, smoking, non-smoking, outside, inside. Here's, please sit down and about.
What?
This is about 8 years ago or 10 years ago. I was supposed to be teaching English to this lady, and she came to my house, and she was in a really bad mood. Like something was wrong. Something was really wrong with her. And I immediately just thought, man, she's just not herself. Something's happened, but she don't have to tell me. And I just said to her, hey, listen, there's quite a cool Italian cafe round the corner. Why don't we just go there? It's sunny outside. Why don't we just go outside and just chill out there? It's 5 minutes away. She went, yeah, okay. So I'm walking to this cafe. We get there. It's 12 o'clock. It just opened, right? 12 o'clock. I knew it was open. And this girl, this hostess, or whatever you want to call her, Adriana, she walks out, and I said to her, yeah, hi, can I have a cappuccino and a green tea, please? And she just completely ignored me and just said, would you like to sit inside? Would you like to sit outside? Please stand by and pick a seat, and then a waitress will be right with you. To which I replied, well, it's all right. We don't need a waitress. I can give you my order now. Like 1 cappuccino and a green tea, please.
Yeah.
And she goes, please sit, find somewhere to sit, and a waitress will be with you to take your order. I'm like, all right. So we sit outside.
Yeah.
We sit down, and she shows up again with the menu. It's her again with the menu. And she goes, there you go, here's the menu, please choose what you want, and a waitress will be with you shortly to take your order. And I just went, I've already told you what I want. 1 cappuccino and a green tea, please.
That's out of script.
And I picked up the menu and I threw it at her.
No.
Yeah.
You did that?
I did that. I threw it at her.
Wow.
And I just said, I already told you for the 3rd time what I want. The lady I was with was in the toilet at the time. She popped to the toilet, so she didn't see any of this, thankfully. Okay. And then this waitress suddenly appears from around the corner, and she's standing there like that. And I said, oh, look, there's the waitress. If I give the order to this waitress, this will be the 4th time that I'm telling you what I want. Are we really going to do this? A cappuccino and a green tea, is it really well hard? And she goes to me, что вы позволяете себе, or something. She said, what are you allowing yourself to do? How dare you treat me like this? But yeah, she was just being such a robo.
Yeah, the script.
Robo hostess. I was just like, this is ridiculous. I just told you 3 times. You're a human being. Can't you hear?
No, it's not. I think it's more about just the feeling. I'm not a waitress. I'm not a waitress here. But I am a greeting person. Very important greeting person. Without me, people will never get that those tables is for sitting.
No one's getting no cappuccinos without me.
They just, without greeting person, people will just stand on the entrance. Yeah. Just saying it will be huge collapse.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I don't know where's the entrance because nobody is greeting me.
Yeah. And then they'll just wither and die on the spot. But anyway, so we eventually get our drinks and, and I would go back to that cafe from time to time and we would see each other and lock for a few seconds. And she's thinking to herself, that's that fucker who threw the menus at me that time. Son of a bitch. And over the years, I come back there from time to time, and she's still working there. She's still working there 8 years later.
Well, right? she's waiting for the moment when menu becomes heavier and somebody throw right in the head.
And so I went back there the other week, and I just looked at her, and I think she probably still remembers.
Of course.
And I looked at her, and I just thought, she's actually really good looking. You know what I mean? She's actually really my type.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what could have been, huh? What could have been if she had just taken my order first time?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the romantic in me is thinking like, you know, she's a But what it tells me about myself, I'm a real Englishman, man.
Mm-hmm. Like
manners and good behaviour and tact. That's everything to me, man. You see that? All the kids have got these electric scooters now, and I just thought to myself, you know what? That electric scooter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It felt like a real metaphor for this generation of kids. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, look, the technology is available for you to have an electric scooter. You can shoot down the street without making any effort, or just like you're moving your finger like this.
Yeah.
As opposed to all of us who used bicycles and you actually had to pedal.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, these kids just don't realize the technology is there, so they're taking it, but they don't realize that it would be better for them if they did something else, like just have a pedal bike.
Yeah.
Like that's good for your fitness a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But there we are. That's where it is. And that's the big argument, isn't it? I mean, that's the big thing at the moment, is that the technology has overtaken everything else, like our moral understanding of the world, and you know, what the right thing is to do, what the wrong thing is to do. Like, you know, Jeff Bezos and Elon.
Yeah.
They're planning to fly to Mars, right?
Yeah,
or whatever. They're planning to fly to Mars. What does Jeff want to do? Jeff wants to he wants to take trips, tourist trips around. Yeah. And it's just like, yeah, you can do it if you want, but why do you need to do it? You know what I'm saying?
Mars?
Yeah, like maybe fix this planet first. Anybody? Anyone interested in doing that? No, that's boring, isn't it?
Yeah, it's boring. That's the whole new planet, the whole new possibilities to mess up with. Well, and yeah, that's by the way the perfect story for a company when you just visited Mars.
Yeah.
Like, well, you'll be just the number one person in any crowd.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, for first years, you'll be the greatest speaker in any company. People just wow, what did you do last weekend? Well, I was in the jazz club, cool. And you? Well, I visited stand-up, cool. And you? I was actually on the Mars. Hold a second, real jazz club? No, Mars. Come on, sounds crazy. But
yeah, if he kind of stole your girlfriend, you'd be like, yeah, okay, that's fair enough. I can't really compete with that. Can't really compete with that. She just walked off with him because he came back from Mars. Yeah, all right, never mind.
But is it you just go there and you can have chance to walk on the Mars, or just flying and flying back? How's, you know something? How's technically that will be?
So I think Jeff. Yeah, there's actually a city in Russia called Jeff, right? Jeff.
I never heard
Jeff
about
Bezos. No, but there's going to be a city called Bezos soon, I should think. The packing plant of Amazon. But I don't know, man. We need to get the numbers. But as I understood it, it would take most of Elon's life to get there. So by the time he gets there, he ain't coming back to Mars.
No.
That was my understanding. Anyone that goes with him, he's going to get some disciples with him. Anyone that's going there, they ain't coming back.
So that's one-way trip?
It's a one-way trip, baby.
And Elon also going there?
That's the one-way trip of all one-way trips, baby.
No. Elon also going.
Yeah, he's going. Yeah,
he's going there.
Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
No. Wow.
That's why he don't give a crap about his share price and the Bitcoin, and he don't give a shit. No.
Of course he don't give a shit.
I love that guy. But
Wow.
Jeff Bezos, as I understand, he just wants to do tourist trips around space. So you leave the atmosphere, and he's got his first booking as well already. Someone's already booked it, and everyone's trying to speculate about who it is. Is it Mick Jagger, or is it Elon, or Kanye West or something? They could leave him there. I tell you what, I'll pay to take
to
Ed Sheeran
there.
Ed Sheeran and Kanye. Just leave them on an asteroid somewhere. Bono too, sure. Oh my God! Did you see that last U2 performance? Yeah.
Of whom?
Was it the Euros? So this is what
Bono.
happened. Yeah, U2. So
No.
check this out.
Okay,
right? How big is this guy's ego now?
Okay.
He makes Kanye West look like an amateur.
Oh,
all right?
really?
So they start, and the guitarist of U2 is playing, and the guy's on the keyboard. Bam, ba, 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 ba. And Bono is singing. Mm-hmm. And you're thinking, where's Bono?
Yeah.
Where is he? I can hear him.
Yeah.
I can hear him, but I can't see him. I know he's short, but I can't. But you can usually see him.
Yeah.
And then his face just appears like a hologram behind the other two guys. He's like, that's what Erdogan did. That's what dictators do. That's Obi-Wan Kenobi, like a 3D projection.
Yeah.
He's just like, I am Bono, right? And you are scum. I am too good to be in the physical presence with you. I'm too good to be breathing the same air as you. He's Irish.
He's Irish.
Yeah. And they hate him. The Irish people hate you too. That's what a lot of people don't know. They absolutely hate them. Because as soon as you two got successful, they just immediately started changing their tax stuff, becoming residents in Switzerland or Liechtenstein. So all the tax benefits, they got to keep, basically. So they didn't. So Ireland, the country, didn't really benefit from having the biggest rock band in the world anymore. And they're just so arrogant. They just think they're so much better than everyone else. I mean, did you hear about the time they released an album and it just automatically went on everybody's iTunes for free? Do you remember that?
Yeah, of course.
And there was and I remember it appearing in my phone and I couldn't delete it.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yes, of course. Of course I remember that. And I was... I really didn't. Still, I don't understand how that happened. How they made it.
Well, they were trying to be progressive and innovative, like this is the new thing or whatever. But everyone just thought, you arrogant dicks. It just backfired.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Irish people don't actually like you too as people. The music, some of those albums are okay. How do you feel about them?
Well, I'm not a huge fan of that type of music. That's why that's difficult for me. One of my favorite movies in the movie, how it's called, Bad Santa.
Oh, I love Bad Santa. Yeah.
You remember? And how the negotiation with that guy who were the main security person in. You remember that? And they're like, okay, you understood our plan, so now you take 15%. And you go, half. 16%. Half. 19%, that's it. Half. Okay, 23%, and that's it. Half. And I remember when you're like sitting, the little guy, the Billy Bob
Thornton.
and the opposite. That's the main security.
Yeah.
And the little guy were like, okay, 49.5%. And Billy Bob goes, you really think that's already means something? Okay, half and half. Very soon we'll have shootings of new season of Stand Up TNT.
Yeah.
And I have to pick up some clothes.
Yeah.
How I would be shooting there, and it's always difficult for me to, because I had to send my pictures in different style clothes to the producers for them to say okay.
Really?
Yeah. And so I'm standing there in the dressing room and just taking my pictures and feeling like.
So is it with clothes you haven't bought yet, or is it clothes that you already have?
No, I haven't bought them yet, but I'm just changing and taking pictures and sending them until they all said that's okay. And that is always difficult to send my pictures, my selfies, to some people. Yeah. And all our conversation, like every year, 2 times a year, I just sending them my selfies, and that's it. I mean, FSB agent who's checking my my personal details. He's probably very surprised all the time. Like, again? Okay, what are you doing there?
So what's it based on? Is it like just there's certain colours you're not allowed, or is it to do with how your image or something, or
a little bit with your image, but it's more about colors and labels and just the style. But the biggest question, I think, is that we have around 25 people, and you should look different.
Yes, stand out a little bit. Yeah. That makes sense. What kind of shopper are you? Are you like straight in, straight out?
Very straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, very. I'm trying to find out before what is there, and then just go and take it.
Take it, yeah.
It's just exactly what I want. Just exactly the thing. I can't walk inside. I can handle it. This walking in the shops and the malls. That's so difficult.
He just texted me actually. The guy who wins this one is my friend in London, Dennis Ray.
Hey, Dennis.
He wins this one. This is the kind of shopper he is. He says, Steve, I hate shopping. I just order 2 pairs of diesel jeans online every year. I know my size. And I just, he just gets them sent to his house, and that's it. He don't want to go to no shop. He don't want to see no new models. He don't want to see what the latest stuff is. He don't want to. He just sent to his house, and that is it. Yeah. And everything else, all the other little accoutrements, his wife can maybe just point him in the right direction. Absolutely hates shopping. Won't even leave the house. Won't even. It's just like. Incredible. I'm the same. I'm the same.
But?
Yeah. I'm in, I'm out. I don't want to hang about. I was trying to build some stand-up about it, actually, but it didn't really work. About how they're always trying to upsell you. Oh, 2 for 1, 3 for 2. If you want some socks, have you had? I'm like, no, I don't want no socks. Have you had a bonus card? No, I don't want a bonus card. Well, if there's kind of this constant upsell.
Oh, it's easy to get our bonus card, by the way. No, I don't want it. It's 5 minutes. No, I don't want it. You want it now, or we can send you on email.
Have you downloaded our app? It's like, no. Yeah, it's about like the upsell is just so out of hand now in those big shops. Yo, thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank you.
Senya.
Thanks, bro.
Good to see you, man.
That's great to see you.
We'll be back soon, everyone. Take care.